Hello, today we are talking about the components of wireless virtual reality system. Remember, we defined what virtual reality is before, and we also looked at what is wireless virtual reality recently. But because of this learning process, there is no harm if we I tell you what wireless virtual reality system is. So wireless virtual reality system is a type of virtual reality system that uses wireless technology to transmit data between the headset and the computer. So basically what this does, it is able to give the user some freedom of movement within the virtual reality environment space. This is because, as we all know, when you have cables connected to the device you are wearing, if you are a virtual reality user, if you're using a headset that is connected to the computer through cable, your movement is limited to the length of the cable. But if it is not, then you have some kind of freedom that allows you to fully experience the virtual reality connection and the virtual reality experience that you have. Now, the components that constitute of such a system, like the one that is shown on the screen, which is Quest 2, which is a good example of wireless virtual reality system. This device has got the four main components. Now the first one is what we call the headset. So the headset is basically a device that the user is able to wear on their head or to have it on their head. It contains the following components. It has the display unit, it has the audio system, it has the sensor that is able to track the user's head movements. Second of all, the other component is what we call the wireless transmitter. Now, the wireless transmitter is a device that sends the data from the headset to the computer. It is usually part of the headset as it is, because this a wireless virtual reality system object. So technically, there must be means through which data is sent to the computer system. Now, apart from that, we also have what we call the wireless receiver. Now, this wireless receiver is connected to the computer, and it is the one that is able to receive data from the transmitter in form of signals, right? So it is usually connected to the computer through USB cable or some kind of a cable connection, right? So this is what is able to capture that data coming from the transmitter, then send it to the computer. Then the computer will do the necessary as required. Now, the next component we need to mention, which is a very important part of the wireless VR system, is the computer. Now, the computer is a device. It must be powerful. It needs to render clear virtual environment and also track users' movement through the two systems that I've mentioned, right? So this device must be powerful enough to be able to receive data and send data at a speed that will allow the users to maximally experience the virtual environment they are in. Okay, so the computer must be a powerful computer. It must be a computer with a powerful processor. We also have this virtual reality working in a certain way, but the question is, how does it work? Okay, it works simply by, you see, the headset has got the sensors, it has got the the audio devices. So these sensors are able to, to track the movement of the user head and also the eye movement of the user. Once that data is captured through the sensors, it is sent to the wireless transmitter. Now this wireless transmitter is able to relay that information or that data to the wireless receiver, which is connected to the computer. The wireless receiver capture that information and transmit it to the computer. Then the computer is able to track the user's head movements and probably even the eyes movement. So the headset will be able to relay or to display the virtual reality features depending on the information received from the computer through that wireless connectivity. So that's how the system works. But also, in the same breath, we cannot forget to mention the challenges that wireless virtual reality is facing. Okay, there are three type of challenges that wireless virtual reality system are facing. One, it is the latency. Now, what is latency? So normally when wireless virtual reality system is functioning, sometimes there must be a delay between the time the users is able to move their head and the time the virtual reality environment is updated on the headset. So that is what we call the laggy kind of feeling, which emanates from the latency, because it takes some time for the device to update the virtual environment on the headset display from the time it is rendered from the computer. So you find that because of the connectivity, such kind of challenges might arise because of also how the connectivity works. The battery life can also be a challenge. So most of the time you will find that maybe you'll have to buy the battery frequently, because this not a gadget that is connected directly to a computer or to a power source. You keep on moving with it, so it must have some kind of power source, and the only power source that it is portable is what we call the battery. So this power source sometimes because of the operation and how power intensive this device is, the battery life might be shortened. Another thing which is very important to mention when it comes to challenges of wireless virtual reality systems is the cost of setting up one or acquiring one. So it is imperative to know that these are some of the challenges that are there. But going forward, these technologies probably will be affordable in the near future, because the companies like Google, the likes of Google, are working on various cheap devices. I don't want to say they are cheap, but they're working on some devices which in the near future will be, consumable, and basically they will be cheaper. That is according to my thinking. Now let's go back to Oculus or Quest 3. Now the goodness with this device, it is very fast when it comes to its mode of operation. And another thing is that it is connected through Wi-Fi to the device, right? So it is connected through Wi-Fi to the computer. Now, there are some information here which I feel it is very important. So one is that this device is being run through an operating system known as Oculus. So that is the operating system. Then we also have the view is 360. It has the connector type is USB. All right. Then it is compatible with the mobile phones. Another thing that is very important that I want you to be able to see is it has got 2 touch controller, the one for the left and the other one for the right. So it has got 2 AA batteries. It has got the safety and warranty guide. There is a charging cable. There is the VR headset. There's 2 touch controllers for the left and the right hand. And I feel those are the most important components that this virtual reality headset has got. And this is one of the controllers, and this is the second one, and this is the headset that we are talking about. So that is very important to note when it comes to wireless virtual reality system. So Quest 2 is a good example of a wireless virtual reality system. So this virtual reality system was released according to this Wirecut website. This device was released in 2022. Remember, Quest 2 was formerly known as Oculus, right? So it is a very powerful device. So thank you for joining me. See you another time. If you haven't subscribed, please do so that we can be able to develop this channel together.